Football fall camp rolls on here with cornerback coach Jernaro Gilford. And coach, how would you assess the makeup of this cornerback unit in 2024?
Very, very talented. We have a lot of youth, but we have two strong seniors who are leading the group. You know, two guys. We have Marque Collins, who transferred from Weber, who's been in the defense for 5 years now, so he knows exactly what we're looking for. And then we have Jakob, who's in his second year, who's been leading by example for 4 or 5 years now. He's starting to be more vocal. And holding everybody accountable, on and off the field. So that's a great thing.
Jakob, when you bring up the being a little more vocal, how important is that as a starting cornerback? The importance of that aspect developing for him.
Very important. You got to communicate if you want a great defense. A great defense does more communications. Does more communication than a little bit. You got to communicate every single play, whether it's man, zone, whatever the case may be, what you see, shifts, motions, all that stuff. So it takes a lot, but you got to get used to talking every single play.
You bring up Marque Collins. Has he established himself as that other starting corner, or is the competition still going on with him and Mory?
It's still a competition. It's still a competition. It's probably 5 guys who are actually competing. Mory, Marque. Evan Johnson, Trey Alexander. We have a few guys who are competing for that spot. So I'm just looking forward to the next week and a half or so. Just to see where those guys go and what they do, the plays they make. Everything like that.
How many guys, though, do you think you could play in a game? Because I got to assume you're going to probably rotate some guys, keep them fresh. But how many guys do you think you can play in a game?
Man, we're gonna play as many as we can, But if we have 2 guys that are rolling, then we're not gonna sub. You know what I mean? They got to find a right rhythm. But the great thing is the guys are confident in the guys behind them, so they won't be afraid to come out for a play or two if they're gassed. So that's the great thing.
How has Marque been looking in camp? Because it was kind of precautionary holding him out in spring. How's he just looked? Did he look like maybe he was on film at Weber State?
Yeah, absolutely. He's getting better and better. Every single day, every single week, his legs are starting to get stronger and stronger. But you can tell he has the natural football instincts, the natural IQ, the movement. A physical kid, a kid who is very, 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 very confident. So I'm just waiting for that moment that he can say, you know what, I'm 100% full go, and I'm not even thinking about the leg no more. And that's going to be up to him. You know what I mean?
Coach, it's crazy. I was just thinking about it. Year 9 for you. Are you still enjoying it here at your alma mater?
Man, absolutely, man. You're making me feel old, man. Dang, year 9. No, but yeah, man, loving it, man. And I tell everybody this. I tell all my boys from back home. I tell my wife every single day. I tell my family. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't surrounded by like genuinely great people. Outside of football. Great people, and then the team, just great young men. A room full of great young men. I got a great DC. I absolutely love him, and then can't say enough about K. That's my guy. I mean, he gave me my first shot at the FBS level, and he's been riding with me ever since. So man, can't say enough about him. But if it wasn't for him, man, I don't know where I would be, to be 100% honest with you, man. Absolutely love him, love his family, man, love everything he's doing. So yeah, man, I'm having a great time here for sure.
Well, I appreciate that insight, because I think of how this has evolved, this cornerback unit since you first got here. It feels like every year when we have these conversations that it feels deeper, it feels more athletic, the talent. There's a lot of great options in this cornerback, and you've kind of seen this thing evolve over the course of these 9 years.
Absolutely, man. And it's not just me. It's Kalani's vision as well. You know what? He's like, man, we got to get the right dudes in, dudes that can run with guys, dudes who want to compete, who want to make plays, not afraid to compete. And most importantly, guys who can come here and actually fit in off the field. It's a unique situation that we have, especially for non-members. So we got to find the right fit, the right guy, and with Jay Hill and Kalani and the rest of the whole staff. I mean, because we have offensive guys who's brought us corners as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to sit here and just take all the credit. We have Festi, who's brought me corners.
K-pop with Trey.
Yeah, K-pop, A-Rod. I mean, so it's a total staff thing that we kind of weed out guys and bring the right guys in. It's just a blessing to have the support of everybody, and that's how we got to where we're at now. So
I wanted a few more moments with Coach Gilford. How's Trey Alexander looking as freshman? I bring him up because heralded kid coming out of Georgia. How's he looking in year one?
Man, good, man. We just got to fine tune some technique things, but everything else, man, he's a joy to have in my room, man. Brings a different kind of swag to the room, because he is from down south. Talks more than everybody else, but the guys absolutely love it, man. He brings the energy every single day. He doesn't allow the room to slack off, and as far as that aspect, as far as the energy goes, and then likes to compete, man. He's definitely a competitor. He has the frame, of course, all the 6'2" and stuff like that. A guy who can run, who won the state 400 in the state of Georgia as a junior. Again, a guy who just turned 18 about a month ago. So definitely a blessing having him in the room, and he fits in with all the guys, man. So it's just a good room overall, including Trey.
And last question, I want to ask you about Mory Bamba. Is it just falling into place for Mory, because I feel like he's just taken a huge step from he gets that start at TCU, and maybe there were some struggles, but man, you see him out here at practice, it just feels like he's kind of a new guy this year.
Yeah, absolutely. For him, I think it was a big burden off his chest as far as school goes, graduation. So he just graduated as far as April goes. Graduated in business, so that was rough on him. You know what I mean? And everybody who knows about BYU knows if you graduated business, you got to be doing something. It's not like myself. I graduated in sociology, so it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of hard on him at first, and he's like, "Coach, I'm a business." I'm like, okay, I get it, because I went to school here, so I can understand how tough a degree in business is, and I know his mom is very proud of him. To say that he actually graduated, he did that from here. So with that burden being off his chest, man, it's just huge, and now he can just kind of focus on football, and I think that's why you've seen a drastic change from last year to this year. You know what I'm saying? Even in spring, he was fighting and struggling and clawing, trying to pass those last 2 or 3 classes, and it came down to like the last day, man. So as soon as he passed, he texted me, he called me, tearing up, like, man, I'm finally done. I know his mom was so excited, came to see him graduate. So now he still has 2 years left, man, and he's already graduated. So expectations for him are very, very high, if you ask me.
Well, thanks, Coach G. It's a reminder of that these athletes are still going and getting degrees. And I remember when you got yours, your mom was proud too, and it does still mean something.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, Coach G, and best of luck this season. Look forward to seeing this cornerback group make some plays this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.